Hi guys, it's Julie. Welcome back to my wonderful BC life. I'm back today with my weekly weight loss journey update, and I'm throwing in just a small shopping haul that I have a few things kicking around that I picked up. In all honesty, I haven't had a lot of time lately because of the amount of exercising I'm doing. I haven't had a whole lot of time to go shopping. And when I have been in the dollar stores, either I'm walking, in which case I would have to carry whatever I buy, or I find that I really haven't seen a lot that's excited me lately. Just not a lot of things that I needed or wanted enough to pick up. But nonetheless, I will start off with Dollar Tree, and I will show you here something that I didn't buy, which you'll be surprised by. If you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you'll be surprised that I didn't buy this, because I usually do. And it's this year's Summer Gnomes. I do have 4 of their Summer Gnomes, and I'm pretty sure these are different than the ones I have. But nonetheless, I decided I wasn't going to buy them, but I will show them to you right here. Those are this year's Summer Gnomes at the Dollar Tree. And I also picked up some of the Gourmet Select beef pasta for $2. This is like the Hamburger Helper. And I know Dave doesn't like the Hamburger Helper brand beef noodle. He can't stand it. He just says he doesn't like the flavor of it. I'm hoping he'll like this one better. I'm pretty sure when I bought it, it was like at least a year or 2 ago that Dollar Tree carried it, that he did like this one. So I decided to grab 1 box to find out. So I got that. And then I meant to get spaghetti noodles, but when I was at the store, I forgot which noodles it was I wanted. I didn't technically need these right now, but it's not the type of thing that, you know, it's not going to go bad, so I'll just hang on to it until I need it. And it's the Ital Pasta Rotini noodles, 450 gram bag, and these are made in Canada, and it was $1.50 for that. And I did need these ones, and it's the Ital Pasta Oven Ready Lasagna Noodles, 375 gram, also made in Canada, also $1.50. I got those. And sometimes we buy the regular lasagna noodles, the type that you have to boil ahead of time, but a lot of times it's Dave who makes the lasagna, and he seems to like the convenience of these ones, so whatever makes him happy, right? So the next thing is my Dollarama items, and I didn't get a whole lot there either. I will show you here a little clip and a little picture of something that we bought when we were in there the other day. We had found this piece of driftwood, and it had a nice flat bottom. Dave says that'd be perfect for putting in the yard. Well, he ended up putting it right near the garage door, and he said it needs something to go on top of it. So we were looking around the garden section at Dollarama, and we found these little mushrooms. So this is what those look like. And as you can see, they wiggle, like they got little springs on them. I don't know if they'll blow when the, you know, if they'll move when the wind blows or what, I don't know. But those were $5. And also Dave picked out this B&B Essentials grill cleaner with coconut bristles for $1.75. It says it's heavy duty. Now he doesn't really need it for the bristles because he's got some really good barbecue brushes, but he wanted it for this, the scraper on the end. He said he needed a new scraper. So anyway, we got that, and that was $1.75 if I didn't already say. And I didn't really need any deodorant, but I saw this and I decided I wanted to try it. I believe this was $5, and it's the aluminum-free Secret, clinically proven, 72-hour protection, odor protection, pH balancing minerals, skin conditioning oils, It's got the PETA cruelty-free label on it, so that's good to know. And it's a 39 gram of the dry solid deodorant, it says. And they had 2 cents, and I forget what the other one was, but I decided to go with this one. And it says notes of cherry blossom, and I'm not sure what this other thing even is, much less how to say it. Bergamot, B-E-R-G-A-M-O-T, whatever that is. I have no idea, but I thought the cherry blossom aspect of it sounded nice. It sounded like it should be fairly mild. And like I say, that was $5 at Dollarama. And if you've been following me, you know that I've been grumbling that they needed to get some new colors of the Sinful Colors nail polish at Dollarama. Well, they finally got some that I didn't remember seeing anyway. And they're more of a, I would call spring-summer color. And this one is a nice blue. I thought that might be a nice color. And the color number on that one is 1196. And then they had this one, which is color number 1598, I believe it says. And this one is a yellowish tone. And this one is color number 1184. And it's a nice lilac shade. That's the color I'm wearing right now. And these were all $2.25. And so I was happy to get those. I saw the prices at other stores this week, and I'm just shocked at what people pay for nail polish. It's not like this stuff doesn't last a long time. You get a good week's wear out of this brand. So there's no reason whatsoever for me to shop for my nail polish at any other store. This will do just fine for me. Now, I do not, as I've said before, I have not cared for the nail polishes I've gotten from Dollar Tree. I don't find that theirs wear well at all. You're lucky if you get 2 or 3 days out of them. But these ones here, you'll get a good week out of those. And that's all I asked for. And for $2.25, you can't go wrong. So that was my shopping haul. Like I said, I didn't have a lot. So now to the weight loss journey part of my video. Well, on Friday, I did what I call the long Parkway Loop, which is walking all the way from where Jingle Pot Road meets the Parkway here, all the way up to where it meets it way down the road, and walked all the way around. And that was 20,113 steps I got on Friday. Saturday and Sunday, Richard and Emily were over for Mother's Day, so obviously on those days, getting my 20,000 steps in wasn't my priority. It was kind of an on-again rainy day on Saturday. We went up to Parksville and we played mini golf at 2 different mini golf courses. And we did get rained on here and there, but nonetheless, we had a really good time. And I got 8,141 steps on Saturday. Now, Sunday, we went over to Colliery Dam Park, and they had Family Fishing Day going on. And it was, that wasn't what we were there for. We didn't even know what was going on when we went there. But nonetheless, we walked around the park, went over to see the waterfall and everything. And by the time we walked around and came back, I had to go to the little girl's room. I come out of the washroom and where'd everybody go? I can't find Richard, Dave, and Emily. They're nowhere within my eyesight. And then I started to walk back to the car. I thought, well, did they go back to the car? Then I hear somebody hollering at me. I turn around and go back. And what happened was, while I was in the washroom, the truck came that delivers the fish, the trout, to the lake. So anyway, they sat there and watched how this truck backed up. It has this big tube on it, and it just dumps all these trout into the lake. So they were all excited about that. They thought that was just so neat to see, and I missed it because I had to go to the bathroom. So anyway, after that, we went up to Arrington. I had wanted for a long time to go to the wildlife rescue place that they have up there. And they bring in all sorts of animals that need rescuing, all sorts of different birds and animals that they bring in. And they try to help as many of them as they can to be released back into the wild. Some of them can't be, depending on what their injury was. They just simply can't be released back into the wild, so they become lifelong residents there. So anyway, we went to see that. It was very interesting. I will be releasing a video of my Mother's Day showing these different places that we went to, but it was too long to put into this video, so it will be in a separate video. Anyway, I got 15,037 steps on Sunday, so that was pretty good. Now Monday, everybody went back home, so it's back to hitting the grind, trying to get my steps in. And I did the walk up to Lindley Valley and then walking down to meet Dave. And then after supper, Dave and I went for a walk as well. So I got 24,582 steps on Monday. That was an extremely good day. On Tuesday, I went by myself up to Westwood Lake. If you know Westwood Lake at all, which I'm sure most of you don't, but it's a beautiful lake here in Nanaimo, and it's got a 6-kilometer trail around it. And I've done the trail lots and lots of times. When Dave and I were really trying to lose weight there, I don't know, 4 years ago or so, we lost a lot of weight. We would go up to Westwood Lake and we would walk around it twice. Well, I hadn't done that in a long time, and I decided I was going to do it again. So the first time I went that way, which means you go up the really big hill first at the beginning of your walk. And I like actually doing it that way. It gets it over with. The rest of it, any hills that you come to are nowhere near as big, so it makes it easier. But nonetheless, I went around, did my 6 kilometers, came and sat down, had some water, and after about a 10-minute break, I decided to go around the second time. Only this time I made the mistake of going the other way, which means the big hill is at the end of your walk. So bearing in mind I've done about 12 kilometers now, and I have, you know, I'm not super tired, but starting to get tired, and I'm hitting that big hill, which I don't know if it's just me. It seems steeper coming that way than it does when you're going that way. So I don't know, but I got about 3/4 of the way up, and I had to stop for just a moment just to catch my breath. And then once I stopped, it's not like for any length of time, it's just 30 seconds or whatever, I'll stop. But then I continued on the way, the rest of the way up. So I got over 12,000 kilometers there that day. And my total for that day was 20,156 steps. So that was a really good day. And then Wednesday, I walked up to meet Dave, and then Dave and I went to Neck Point and walked around down there after supper. My total for Wednesday was 21,081 steps. Now Thursday was kind of a funny day. It was raining all day, and I decided I wasn't going to let that stop me. I got my coat. I had this one coat that I wouldn't call it completely waterproof, but it's water resistant, I'll say. And I put that one on because it had a hood. And I walked all the way up to meet Dave. I went over to Walmart first, grabbed a couple of things over there, and then walked over to meet Dave. So I didn't get that many steps in because we didn't go for a walk afterwards because it was raining, and Dave, when he's at work, he's out in the rain all day. Though he's not going to want to go out in the rain more. He's already had his fill of the rain. So anyway, that meant I didn't have my number of steps that I think I had like 11,000 and something, which is not enough. And so after Dave went to bed, I went downstairs and I just kept walking back and forth between the rooms down there over and over again, trying to get up to 20,000 steps. Well, that's a lot of times going back and forth. Each time I would go from that room, like from this room to that room and back, it was a little over 50 steps. So in order to get 100 steps, I would have to go back and forth twice. So I'm just going and going and going, trying to get up to 20,000 steps. And I realize it's not as good a quality of a workout as it would be if I was outside where I could go faster and stuff. But nonetheless, at least I'm moving, I'm doing something, I'm making some sort of an effort. So I got fairly, I wasn't sure exactly how many steps I was at when all of a sudden I noticed something over by the bottom of the steps. I look over and it's like, oh no, there's a spider over there. Well, if you know me at all, you know I cannot stand spiders. I hate them. And if they're outside, I will leave them alone. I won't bother them at all. But when they're in the house, that's a whole other ball game. I cannot tolerate them. So I had to go and deal with Mr. Spider. Now, I dealt with that, come back, grab my phone, which is how I measure my steps, and I go to turn it back on again, and it's like, oh no, because it was after midnight, it reset to 0 steps. And I'm like, oh no, now I don't know how many steps I had to go. So I actually went and Googled to see how on my particular app you could see the number of steps from previous days, and it was kind of tricky to get to, but at least I found it. So I found that at that point I had 18,937 steps. I still had 1,063 steps to go. So I had to start at 0, and I ended up doing 1,115 more steps. So my total for yesterday, which was Thursday, 20,052 steps. So other than the weekend when I didn't get as many steps because we were celebrating Mother's Day with Richard and Emily, I did get over 20,000 steps every other day. So I was feeling really good about that. And anyway, it came time to step on the dreaded scale. And I just had a feeling all this week that it wasn't going to be one of those weeks where you get a really good number. I don't know why, because it's not like I've been bad this week. I've been pretty good. But anyway, I stepped on the scale and I'm down this week 0.8 of a pound. So almost a whole pound, but not quite a whole pound. So my total now for 6 weeks is down 16.8 pounds. So it's still good. I'm still happy about that, but I would have liked to have seen a little bigger number. On the plus side though, the middle number of my weight did drop this week, so that's 2 times that the middle number has dropped, so I'm happy about that. You're always happy to see a different type of number when you step on the scale, so I was pretty happy about that. But it's one of these things, you never know, you know, your body's always changing when you're doing this. You don't know, you can't always judge by what the scale says, because like Dave and I, we went through all this that last time when we were doing basically the same thing. You don't always see the results on the scale. In the mirror you'll see them, but you don't always see them on the scale. Eventually you will, but you don't always see it right off the bat, because a lot of times you're building up muscle and the muscle weighs more than the fat, as they say. So, you know, it is what it is. As far as the scale goes, you can't let that deter you. I know that that is, you know, that is not the full picture. So like I say, I'm still happy about where things are going, and I fully intend to keep pushing myself. Anyway, that was my video for this week. I would like to thank you for joining me, and be sure, by the way, to stick around for the bonus footage at the end. As always, I've got some interesting bonus footage at the end for you to see. So if you like my video, be sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you'd hit the subscribe button and become a member of my YouTube family. And also be sure to hit the notification bell and set it to all so you don't miss any of my uploads. I would love to thank you for joining me today. And I hope you're all doing well, that you're all healthy and happy. And I hope you all have a fantastic long weekend. And until next time, bye-bye. Same spot, so you never know, it could be the same two. There they are. One just ran across. Wasn't even expecting that. Oh, here he is. It's on the other side of the path, and this one's just slowly walking across. Spotted some fish swimming in Westwood Lake. There's 3 of them. Dave says one of the guys at work fishes over here all the time and catches really big fish. Oh, there's 4. Supposedly there's really big fish in here. He says he always lets them go though, so that's good. I don't believe in keeping them myself. I prefer that people let them go, and I guess Dave's buddy at work does. So there you go, some little fish. I guess maybe 4 or 5 inches long at Westwood Lake. Just found a banana slug crawling along right in the middle of the path. I sure hope nobody steps on him. That won't be good if it happens. Looks like 3 turtles over on that log over there. All good-sized ones, too, here in Westwood Lake. I always love to see turtles. Look at this. We found not 1, but 2 families of geese with the little babies down at Neck Point. Look at all those little ones, so cute. I'm not walking in the rain, and I've been running into a lot of slugs and snails. Not the great big slugs that I often film, but the smaller sized ones. Now here's a snail here, and there's another one over here. But what really caught my eye was over here. There's 2 slugs, and they appear to be eating. I think it's a worm. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that's what they're doing. Is that they're eating it. Certainly looks like it to me anyway. Here's a little brindle bunny. At least that's what I call him.
Isn't he cute? I was just talking to a lady. She just happened to be walking by, and she put out some vegetable scraps for the bunnies. And this guy just got some of them. And apparently there's some more down further that she gave scraps to as well. I just came across these bunnies. I suspect she must have put some food down for them. That one looks like a big one, and it looks like there's a small one with some white in it. Let's see if I can get closer. Just turn to my side and look at this little cutie. This is just a little baby one right here that I just found. Isn't it sweet? Black and white. Just adorable. There's another one just behind. Oh, look at this. I've got the whole family. Oh my god, look. Oh my god, there's a whole bunch in there. The same little gray one that I saw last week. I'm not sure, but look at that. Isn't that just special? The whole little family. My gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh. If this is the same ones I saw last week, they're definitely getting bigger. Bigger than they were. Here's the other. Look at the color of that ear. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Here's a big one. It's cleaning its paws. And this one's cleaning too. Of course it is wet out here. They're probably trying to dry themselves off. We've got some pigeons around here too. Not sure what the pigeons are here for, but they're definitely here too. This one's eating some of the food that lady put down, some of the vegetable scraps. Look, I just found some more. Look at the color of this one. Oh my gosh, I just can't believe how many different colors there are. Here's a little black one. It's even the vegetable scraps that she put down. And that color of that one is just unbelievable. So beautiful. Nature is just fantastic. I just can't believe the different variations in these bunny rabbits. I find all over Nanaimo, well, certain areas in particular are very popular for them, and this is one of those areas. Now look at the colors on this one. Completely different than all of the other ones we've seen so far. This one's not eating the vegetable scraps, it's just eating the grass. It seems to be content with that. Looks like it's got a bit of white on its nose too. Let's see if it turns its head. Turn your head this way, bunny. I want to see your nose. Oh, it's going the other way. That's not going to help. Very hungry though. I think it seems like that's about all rabbits do, is that and multiply. Now here we've got some more bunnies. This one's one of the natural bunnies. This is the type that's supposed to be here. And behind that there's another young black one, just a small one. And then over here is another black one that's a bit bigger than the other one that was in the front. Look what I found here. Look at these two. Now I don't know if this is the same bunny I saw the other day. It was gray with a white stripe down its forehead, although I thought it looked bigger than this one. I don't know. This is definitely a younger one and a slightly older one. So cute.